It's been a busy week here in the Diocese of Springfield, and we have lots to report on today. We start with the Independent Task Force on the Response to Sexual Abuse in the Diocese of Springfield, which has been meeting frequently for more than a year now. The 10-member team is tasked with improving how the diocese handles allegations of sexual abuse. CAROLEE McGrath has an update now on where the task force stands as it gets closer to releasing its much-anticipated report.
The Independent Task Force on the Response to Sexual Abuse within the Diocese of Springfield has been meeting weekly for nearly a year now, working on a strategic plan to improve how the diocese handles and responds to allegations of sexual abuse. The goal all along has been transparency and promoting better methods of healing for survivors and their families. The task force has been gathering information from stakeholders, including people in the pews, through a survey released last fall. In January, the diocese contracted with Stop It Now, an internationally recognized sexual abuse prevention organization which independently provided a safe forum for those who have experienced sexual abuse within the Catholic Church. Retired Superior Court Judge Daniel Ford is the task force chair.
Obviously, there's no more important group to our work than the men and women who have been sexually victimized by priests and other employees of the diocese. So their input is absolutely crucial, and it certainly will be an important element of the final report.
Most recently, the task force surveyed priests to hear their perspective on how sexual abuse allegations have scandalized the church and left them devastated as well. The task force was created before the Judge Vilas report was released in June by then Bishop Mitchell Rosansky, who is now the Archbishop of St. Louis. In his investigation, Judge Peter Vilas, a retired Superior Court judge, found allegations of sexual abuse against former Springfield Bishop Christopher Weldon to be credible. The allegations dated back to the 1960s. The task force hopes to release the report and send their recommendations to Bishop Byrne in late spring. They will look for improvement in the following areas: acknowledging the trauma of sexual abuse on members of the community and ensuring the allocation of resources needed to promote healing of survivors and the faith community, responding to all allegations of sexual abuse in a timely, compassionate, and fair way, ensuring the diocese has a transparent system of protocols and procedures that guarantee respect and due process for all involved, ensuring that local church leadership is held responsible and accountable for failing to protect children and other vulnerable persons, holding those who have been credibly accused of sexual abuse responsible and accountable, and preventing sexual abuse of anyone in the faith community in the future. Irene Woods, a licensed independent clinical social worker, is the vice chair of the task force. Woods, the founding executive director of the Children's Advocacy Center of Franklin County and North Quabbin and Greenfield, says the group is looking at prevention and taking in all of the input from the stakeholders.
We've taken a great deal of time to look at that and see what is needed. Surveys have been done with people that have experienced abuse previously. It's been done with the priests. So we're looking at their surveys to see internally what people feel they need to make some differences within the church, and people outside the church what they need. So it's a time for change really within the church.
The task force is also consulting with Sharon Doty, the founder of Keeping Them Safe, a national consulting firm which focuses on child abuse prevention. As the task force is completing its work, the diocese in the meantime is getting ready to release an updated list of credibly accused priests in which the allegations were brought forward after they had died. The list will also include religious order priests who had engaged in public ministry in the Diocese of Springfield.
When Bishop Byrne first came to the Diocese of Springfield in December, one of the first decisions that he made and that he announced was that he was going to direct the Office of Safe Environment and Victim Assistance to engage in a process to revise and to update our list of credibly accused clergy.
Jeffrey Trant is the director of the Office of Safe Environment and Victim Assistance.
We know in our experiences that survivors come forward and feel safe to be able to come forward, oftentimes after their abuser is deceased.
Reporting for Reel to Reel, I'm CAROLEE McGrath.